Should you believe me if I say that color placement is one of the biggest mistakes most gardeners make? And it's exactly why your garden doesn't feel the way you imagined it would? Because it's true. And that's just one of 8 reasons your flower bed might still be looking messy, even when everything in it is healthy and alive. In this video, we're counting down all 8, starting at number 1. Let's get into it. Number 1. Every plant feels like a separate decision. A flower bed starts to look messy very quickly when there's no thread connecting the plants to each other. One goes in because the color caught your eye. Another fills an empty corner. A third comes home from the garden center just because it looked good that day. And before long, the bed feels like a collection rather than a plan. Even if every plant is individually lovely, the overall effect can feel random because the eye isn't finding a pattern. It's just seeing a series of unrelated choices. A flower bed almost always reads better when at least some plants repeat. That repetition is what gives a bed its sense of intention. So if yours looks messy, the first question to ask is, does this feel like a design or does it feel like a list of separate purchases? Because those are very different things. Number 2, soft or missing edges. Number 2, the edges of the bed are soft, vague, or barely there. This is one of the most overlooked flower bed problems, but it makes a huge difference. If the edge of the bed is inconsistent, wobbly, or visually lost where the lawn begins, the whole bed starts to feel less intentional. A strong edge does a lot more work than people realize. It separates the planted space from everything around it. It gives the planting a clear boundary, and it helps everything inside the bed feel more deliberate. Without that definition, even beautiful plants can start to feel like they're drifting into the yard rather than belonging to a designed space. This is why some flower beds always look cleaner than others, even when the plants are similar. The edge is doing part of the design work. It doesn't need to be stiff or formal. But the bed does need a shape and a boundary the eye can actually read. Number 3, wrong scale for the space. Number 3, the plants are the wrong scale for the space. This one sneaks up slowly. It doesn't fully reveal itself until a season or 2 in. A compact shrub that looks perfectly proportioned in a nursery pot can completely overwhelm a narrow bed at full size. And on the flip side, small, delicate plants dropped into a large open bed can disappear entirely, making the whole thing look sparse and unfinished. Scale is about how a plant's mature size relates to the space around it, the bed dimensions, nearby structures, and the other plants sharing that ground. When scale is off, the bed tends to look either crowded and chaotic or thin and underwhelming. Before planting, it's worth thinking about what that plant will look like in 2 or 3 years, not just the day you bring it home. Number 4, spacing that doesn't work. Number 4, the spacing is either too tight or too uneven. Spacing problems can make a flower bed look messy in 2 completely opposite ways. When plants are jammed too tightly together, the bed starts to feel crowded and busy. Shapes blur into each other. Nothing breathes, and the whole planting can look like it's fighting itself. But awkward spacing on the other end of the scale is also a problem. If the gaps between plants feel random or inconsistent, the bed can start to look unfinished, like a sentence with words missing. What a bed really needs is spacing that feels intentional, not rigid, not perfect, but considered. Good spacing gives each plant room to be itself while keeping the overall bed reading as one cohesive thing. Number 5, colors that compete. Number 5, the colors are competing instead of working together. This is the kind of mistake people make with genuinely good intentions. Flowers are colorful. That's part of the appeal. So it's easy to assume that more color automatically means a prettier bed. But when too many strong colors land next to each other with no real relationship, the bed can start to feel loud rather than beautiful. The eye doesn't know where to rest. Everything is asking for attention at once. And when everything is shouting, the result feels exhausting rather than inviting. This doesn't mean flower beds need to be restrained or boring, but it does mean the colors should feel like they belong together, working as a palette rather than each plant trying to be the star. Sometimes the bed doesn't need more color. It needs better color relationships. Number 6, on no repetition across the bed. Number 6, there's no repetition holding the bed together. This one is closely related to the one-off plant problem, but it's important enough to stand on its own. Repetition is one of the biggest differences between a flower bed that feels planned and one that feels accidental. When the same plant, the same shape, or the same color moment reappears across a bed, even just 2 or 3 times, the eye starts to recognize order. And when the eye recognizes order, the bed feels calmer. It feels easier to read. It feels more designed. Without repetition, a bed can feel scattered even if nothing in it is especially wrong. People often think the answer is more variety, but more variety is usually exactly what makes a messy bed messier. What it needs is a through line, something that repeats, anchors, and gives the whole planting a sense of unity. Number 7, height and layering problems. Number 7, the heights and layers aren't working. This is a major reason flower beds feel jumbled, and it's one that people often sense before they can describe it. They look at the bed and something feels off, but they can't quite name it. A lot of the time, it's the layering. Tall plants end up in front and block everything behind them. Everything lands at roughly the same height and the bed goes flat. The middle layer is missing, leaving nothing to bridge the low ground cover and the taller accents. A well-layered bed guides the eye through the planting. Lower growth at the front, medium growth in the middle, taller structure towards the back. It doesn't need to be arranged like a perfect staircase, but the heights should feel considered. When layering is working, a bed feels natural and balanced. When it's off, the whole thing can look visually confused, even when every individual plant is perfectly healthy. Number 8, no structure or focal point. Number 8, the bed has no structure and no focal point. This is the biggest one because even when you address all the smaller problems, a flower bed can still look messy if there's nothing holding it together visually. A bed needs some kind of organizing logic. It needs something that helps the eye understand. What is the anchor here? Where does my attention go first? What does everything else support? Without that structure, a bed can be full of beautiful plants and still feel like a pile. The eye keeps moving, looking for somewhere to land and never quite finding it. That restless, unsettled feeling is what most people are really reacting to when they say their flower bed looks messy. Structure can come from a single strong focal plant, something with great form or standout presence. It can come from a repeated mass that grounds the composition. It can come from a very clear bed shape. But however you create it, the bed needs a sense of order. Because when there's no focal point, no anchor, and no visual hierarchy, even the most beautiful plants won't feel like enough. So if you want a simple way to evaluate your own flower bed, here are the 8 things worth looking at. Does every plant feel like a separate choice? Is the bed edge helping define the space or making it feel sloppier? Are your plants the right scale for where they're growing? Is the spacing intentional? Are the colors working together or fighting each other? Is there enough repetition to tie the bed together? Do the heights and layers make sense? And most importantly, does the bed have any real structure, anchor, or focal point? Those questions shift your thinking away from what to add and toward the much more useful question of what's making the bed harder on the eye than it needs to be. Fix those, and a flower bed usually starts to feel calmer, cleaner, and a lot more intentional. And when the bed looks better, the whole yard usually does too. I hope this helped. Give it a like, subscribe to The Plant Studio, and I'll see you in the next one.